Okay, so ahoy again. Welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us. Tonight we have a collective of you, our potential sailors who want to learn more about Virgin Voyages, and the travel advisor who invited you. And we lovingly call them our first mates. So you may hear that come up once or twice as we're speaking here. So thank you for joining us. We're going to go into a brief dive into what it means to set sail the Virgin Way, what sets us apart from other cruise lines, and why you might want to sail with us. But before we get started, I do want to toot our horn, our blowhorn. We have swept the Cruise Critic Awards in 2023 for Best Overall Cruise Line, Dining, Best Cabins, Service, and Best Value for the Money. And for anyone who's not familiar with what Cruise Critic Cruisers Choice Awards is, I'm told it's the Oscars of the cruise line industry, and that we're voted on by the reviews that come in from you, the consumer, and the reviews are they're raving. So let's talk about, and hopefully we'll get you on one of our ships soon so you can see for yourself. Reasons to set sail with Virgin Voyages. As I mentioned, we do things very differently than other cruise lines. So what pillars set us apart from other cruise lines? First and foremost, we are adults only. No kids are allowed. You are certainly welcome to let your inner child loose on board, but you must be 18 plus to sail with us. We have a very innovative restaurant concept. There are no main dining rooms, there's no set dining times, no formal dress codes. We don't even have a buffet. Everything is made to order. Our 6 specialty restaurants, which Rebecca's going to tell you about in a little bit, they rival restaurants in any metropolitan city. Inclusions, I'm going to talk about that in another slide coming up. Wellness focus. Our company is very focused on wellness, well-being. We give you a variety of ways to work on your health and wellness, whatever that means to you, whether you're someone who enjoys just relaxing in the spa and getting pampered and treated by with a number of different treatments at the spa, or we have our B complex of workout rooms, and we have the outdoor athletic club with outdoor basketball court, boxing ring, so much other equipment and stuff there too. Or perhaps you are someone who just wants to just jog around the jogging track. We call that, what is that called again? Somebody help me. The track.
The runway.
The runway.
As well. Okay, so lots of ways to work on your health and wellness, or maybe even slip in a little bit of relaxation at the pool as well. Maybe we call it the perfect balance of detox and retox, and then do it all again the next day. We give you the ability to curate your own experiences on board. So for the do nothings, the do somethings, and the do everythings, there's something for anyone on our ships. And again, you could take in the spa, you can just relax on your comfy red hammock on your own sea terrace, or you can hoop it up all night long until the wee hours of the morning at the manor. Or maybe foodies who enjoy eating and drinking your way throughout your entire vacation. We've got that for you as well. And then our yacht inspired design, I like to say, think of a luxury boutique hotel on the ocean, matched with that service and style that Virgin is very well known for. Advance. Whoop. We promise always included luxury, simple, transparent pricing with no hidden fees, no unwelcome surprises at the end of your voyage. As I mentioned, all of our dining is included at our 20 plus eateries. At some other cruise lines, you may have to pay a surcharge, maybe $40 to $60 to eat in one of their specialty restaurants. But with Our Lady ships, you can eat till your heart's content without paying an extra dime. All your essential drinks are included, which includes still and sparkling waters, non-pressed juices, sodas, even teas and drip coffee. Tips are included. Wi-Fi. We believe Wi-Fi is a basic human right. Why would we want to charge you for that? So it's included in your standard voyage fare. All of our onboard shows and entertainment, as well as many of our group fitness classes, all wrapped up in that standard voyage fare. What isn't included, though, is those alcoholic drinks and specialty coffees, smoothies, and that sort of a thing, right? So we did some polling, and when we researched and found out what was important to sailors in regards to inclusions, high value, high quality, we found out that they were turned off by the standard beverage packages that other cruise lines offer that come with more restrictions and requirements. Either everyone has to purchase that package or no one gets to, or maybe you're counting on your fingers, how many drinks do I got to drink in one day in order to get my money's worth? Well, we wanted to make it as easy as possible to sail with us. So that's how we developed the bar tab. You can purchase bar tabs in $300 increments, and for every $300 you purchase, Virgin is going to kick in a bonus $50 for you. And this really is making your experience, your entire vacation, a more inclusive experience, because you're including the bar tab, and you're not having to worry about what does each drink cost me. Now, this also helps us to keep the pricing very reasonable on our drinks. On average, beers cost around $6 to $8, cocktails around 10 to 12. 42% of our wines are under $10 per glass. And the best part is the price on the menu is what you pay. It's not $10 for this drink plus taxes plus gratuity. That is the $10 cost is what you pay, because tips and gratuity are already included.
Well, I will pick it up here and tell you about our lady ships. Meet our ships. So we have a fleet of 4 sister ships, at least 3 that are currently sailing, 1 in the works. They are all sister ships, like I said, so all same sailor capacity of around 2,700, crew count of around 1,150, and they are sailing all over the world, or will be by the end of this year, sailing to over 110 ports of call, which is amazing. We've got Scarlet, Valiant, Resilient Lady that are currently in the water sailing, and we've got Brilliant Lady about ready to launch later on this year. So to show you where we're headed, or where we're sailing and where we are headed, Scarlet Lady, our first ship, when she launched out of Miami in October 2021, she will always be sailing out of Miami on 4 and 5 night itineraries. First up, we have a 5-night Riviera Maya that calls on Cozumel, Playa del Carmen, a 5-night Dominican Days itinerary that calls on Puerto Plata. We have a 5-night Mayan Sol that calls on Costa Maya. And last but not least, we have a 4-night Fire and Sunset Soiree itinerary that calls on Key West. And personally, that is my favorite one that we have there in the Caribbean. Love those short and sweet Wednesday to Sunday cruises hitting up Key West. And most importantly, we are also calling on our own private beach club, which I'll show you here in the next couple of slides. We've got Valiant Lady that spends her winters in the Caribbean, sailing on an 8-night Eastern Caribbean Antilles, and then a Western Caribbean Charm is a 6-night. So she spends her winters in the Caribbean and summers in the Med, which I will show you that coming up. But as I mentioned, really the crown jewel on every single Caribbean itinerary with Scarlet or Valiant Lady, we call on the Beach Club at Bimini, which is Virgin's own private beach club that we have built out in the Bahamas on the island of Bimini. And it is just about 12 hours worth of fun in the sun. And just like the ship, there is not a separate upcharge to access the beach club, and all of your food is included here. And did we mention that there are no children on this ship doing cannonballs in the pool? So that's also offering a nice, relaxing environment. So after Valiant Lady spends her winters in the Caribbean, she set sail over to Barcelona, where she sails on 2 different 7-night itineraries. The first one is the French Days and Ibiza Nights, with a late night stay in Cannes, overnighting in Mallorca and Ibiza. And then the Irresistible Med that has a late night stay in Marina de Carrara, as well as that full overnight stay in Ibiza. And when we are in Ibiza, we are there for a full 24 hours. We arrive at about 6 p.m. on Friday and then do not depart until about 7 p.m. on Saturday. And I am very excited to talk to you all about our newest lady ship that just launched literally like 7 days ago. So she is fresh in the water. She is sailing out of Athens, Greece on 2 different 7-night itineraries. The first up is the Adriatic Sea and Greek Gems, with late night stays in Split, Dubrovnik, and Corfu. and the Greek Island Glow, which is my new favorite, that actually has a late night in Santorini, Bodrum, and then a full 36 hours in Mykonos. So we arrive on Friday at 9 a.m. Do not leave until 2 p.m. on Saturday. I did want to just walk you through quickly my own personal experience, because I had the opportunity to sail on Resilient Lady about 2 weeks ago on a 5-night friends and family voyage, and had the most epic time ever. I've been on Scarlet, I've been on Valiant, but I can tell you with Resilient Lady, we have knocked it out of the park, not only with our onboard experience, the service, the food, the crew, but the itinerary alone is phenomenal. So this was a picture of us arriving there at the cruise terminal there in Athens. We had a DJ there in the check-in area already getting the vibe started. Mykonos was a personal favorite of mine. It's one of those places where you can literally just get lost in the streets. I mean, it's almost like a maze there in Old Town, and everywhere you turn, there is just a blue door with a white wall that's just begging to have its photograph taken. And we did just that, as well as had as many euros as you can count. Santorini was another personal favorite. We do Tinder there in Santorini, and had the opportunity to check out Ia. It's spelled O-I-A. It's on about the northwest kind of corner there in Santorini, and that's where you have those iconic, Santorini shots with the white buildings and the blue domes, and that is also where it's a perfect spot for sunset. And the great thing about Santorini is that we are there until 10 p.m. So plenty of time to check out that. That spot. So, but what I will tell you is that there's a small subset of people that are not very happy with us because they cannot sail on Virgin Voyages. So I'm gonna click play, and Rebecca, you're right underneath me. So just give me a thumbs up when I click play that you can hear it, see it, and it's playing correctly.
Virgin Voyages says we can't cruise till we're 18, which makes us shake like we've had caffeine. Virgin Voyages says no kids on the ocean, so we're causing a commotion.
Adults, enjoy the cruise. We know you deserve it, but the fact we can't go is total bullshit.
Don't make Cindy break out her own song. She knows that word for word. So she can enlighten us or serenade us with that another time. So, but just quickly, I also want to touch on our different entertainment experiences that we have on board. I will say that we are doing things that have never been done before at sea. We like to call it a festival of events and happenings. And we've got an untitled dance show party thing on Scarlet and Valiant, which is a dance show that turns into a dance party. Dual Reality, which is our take on the Romeo and Juliet story told through like a Cirque du Soleil / circus act. We have onboard karaoke because we do have 3 different karaoke rooms. I did have the opportunity to check out some of our new entertainment on Resilient Lady. This is Misbehave, which is the game show that makes absolutely no sense, but is hysterical. It's audience participation with sing-along games. We had the absolute best time. We also threw an 80s party on board as well. So if you sail on Resilient Lady, make sure to pack your 80s gear because the music was unreal and the audio visual was just everything. As you can see in the lower left-hand corner, there's a little red Corvette. And I'll leave it at that. We had Mind Mangler, which is a magic show that goes wrong, but in all the right ways. And then we have Lola's Library, which is like a cabaret, a vaudeville type of show that takes place in the Manor nightclub. But honestly, the best show I think I have ever seen at Virgin Voyages and my 4.5 years of working here, I saw on Resilient Lady, and that was Persephone, which tells the tale of Persephone's growth journey kind of between good and evil. And I've said it gives Beyonce's Renaissance tour a run for its money, just with the theatrics and the production value. So I encourage you, if you're on the fence of sailing with Virgin, you have to, purely just for our entertainment. So, and last but not least, we've got our We Fancy party, which takes place in the Manor nightclub. So along with Scarlet Night, I'm also encouraging every sailor that sails on Resilient to pack some gold, because We Fancy is a kind of a choreographed like dance show that ends up where you're in the middle dancing as well. So, but that leads me to Scarlet Night, which is on every single ship, on every itinerary, and that is when the entire ship activates red. A lot of cruise lines may have like a white party or like a theme night. Well, on Virgin Voyages, we will always have Scarlet Night, where everyone is encouraged to pack a splash of red. It starts off in the roundabout. You make your way up to the pool deck where there's a dance performance, and then you end up in the Manor nightclub, which, as you can see on the left-hand side of your screen, it's the most epic spot to have take that Instagram-worthy shot. And last but not least, when you talk about entertainment, it's not so much entertainment, but I think it's a feast for the eyes, because here at Virgin Voyages, we have the first ever tattoo studio at sea. I did not know this, but getting a tattoo actually used to be a time-honored seafaring tradition, that sailors would actually get a tattoo when they crossed the equator. And we said, you know what? Every sailor should have the same opportunity. So here we are, Squid Ink. And fun fact, this place actually books up almost on the first voyage. It was kind of cool. One of the tattoo artists on board, Resilient Lady, for the Mermaiden, posted a picture on the day of embarkation. There was literally a line down High Street, which is where our retail shops are, to book an appointment. We partnered up with world famous Tattoo Ink, so we have their artists on board as well. So if you're thinking about it, now's the time to make the decision and get inked on one of our lady ships.
And now it's over to me, guys. I am excited to talk to you about how amazing our dining is. We did recently win Cruise Critics Cruiser's Choice Award for Best Dining. I'm going to take you through the 6 specialty restaurants and some of the other eateries that we have. So this is the Wake. I like to call this our Mad Men inspired restaurant. This is where you're going to have your elegant steak and seafood options. It's also an amazing place for a lingering brunch. You can do bottomless mimosas or bottomless Bellinis for $25. And my personal favorite is the crepe cake. So please remember crepe cake when you go to the Wake. It's amazing. And then we have Gunbae. This is the first Korean barbecue at sea. They also have really fun cocktails. You saw one there that has pop rocks in it. This is a really fun experience if you're with a group. It's also a really fun experience from solo traveler to however many. If you're not with a group, they will sit you at a table with other people. You will have 6 friends by the end of the night. And we do include that first round of soju. And there may or may not be a drinking game that you'll get to play here. Then we have Razzle Dazzle. This is our vegan, vegetarian forward restaurant that has a naughty section of the menu. So this is the place to get the best bacon on board. They also have a secret menu here. So don't forget to ask about the secret menu. And then we very recently have just introduced Razzle Dazzle by Dark. So it's a whole other offering that we have that you can only get at Razzle Dazzle in the late evening. Next up, we have Test Kitchen. This is one of my personal favorites. I like to call it sort of like your deconstructed molecular cuisine. It's part cooking lab, part kitchen. You're going to get there. You'll have a menu with 6 ingredients. You'll let the chef know if you have any food allergies, and then you really just kind of sit back and enjoy the culinary performance that you will be participating in. There are 2 menus that we have on board that we will rotate, and then there is also a vegan menu that you can ask for any night as well. Next up, we have Extra Virgin. This is our Italian restaurant. I always recommend starting with what you see right there on your screen with the charcuterie board, and then ending with, again, what you see in the middle of your screen there, the tableside affogato cart. When I first started working at Virgin Voyages, I tell this story every time I talk about Extra Virgin. Someone told me, oh yeah, we fly our flour in straight from Italy. I do not think that is true, but the pasta definitely tastes like it. And we have all different kinds of pastas. You can let chef know you want to try. We'll do little plates. You can try all the different kinds of pasta that we have there at Extra Virgin. And then we have, last but not least, our last specialty restaurant is Pink Agave. This is our upscale modern Mexican restaurant where around the office we like to say you can order as much guacamole as you like. Literally everything here is fantastic. I used to always say end your meal with chocolate tacos until someone told me try the bread pudding. So literally anything here you get is great. If you are a mezcal lover, you're going to love it. We have a very wide selection of mezcal and other unique drink offerings here at Pink Agave. So those were the 6 specialty restaurants. They are all included. Now I'm going to talk to you guys about some of the other eateries. We have Dock House, another one of my personal favorite areas. In the evening, we'll have there's like a little stage here that you can't see, but we have acoustic music there in the evening, and it's all kind of like Mediterranean small plates. There's a little meze cart that comes around, and then this is the Dock House, which is kind of like the cooler sister of the dock. It is at the back. This is where you're going to get your yacht experience, just like these are Lindsay's pictures, and he is having a glass of champagne, and that is what everyone needs to do. Champagne while you're sailing away, have the yacht experience. They have an amazing sangria as well, and again, people will come by and you can order your small plates and your meze cart here at the Dock House. And then the pizza place, I guess I'm kind of saying everything is my personal favorite, but the pizza place is really fantastic. Fresh, made to order personal pizzas. They have a menu of items, but you can also say like, oh, I don't want tomatoes or I don't want onions, because everything is literally made fresh. Just to the side here is a sitting area where you can sit outside. You can also get those pizzas to go and eat them anywhere you want on board. And then we have our famous ice cream parlor, Lick Me Till I Scream. This is amazing. You've got different rotating flavors. There will always be a vegan flavor. They're great. I've tried them all, and you've got about 4 or 5 different flavors of ice cream cone that you can try out as well. And then we have another area called the Galley. This is where we've got 10 different international eateries. We've got Bento Baby, which is more than just sushi. We do charcuterie bentos, we do breakfast bentos. We have Well Bread, which is our bakery and patisserie, the daily mix for all different kinds of salads. Let's talk about it, where you can have your breakfast or your lunch tacos. Hot Off the Press for your paninis. A Noodle Around for ramen. I always hear people ordering the spicy ramen, so I definitely need to try that. Burger Bar for an amazing burger. We will have an Impossible Burger there, as well as a burger of the day. And then Diner and Dash, where you can get your full English breakfast 24/7. It is open 24/7 at Diner and Dash. And now I am passing it over. Thanks, guys.
All right, everyone. I know that there's over 400 of you here, but I want to see the hands raised of everyone that is excited to see our cabins and what we have, what's going to be your home away from home. So, of course, when you're on one of our beautiful ships, we want to make sure that you are taken care of, from not only your food and drinks and your entertainment, but also the place where you're going to lay your head at night and where you're going to be getting ready. So let's go ahead and jump in. So when it comes to my cabins, there's a lot of different types of categories, but let me tell you what is included. Just like Cindy had mentioned, your Wi-Fi is included. We're going to make sure that you have water right there in your cabin when you first walk in. And what I absolutely love, when you walk into your cabin, it really feels like your cabin welcomes you in. You open the door, the curtains open, and the lights kind of turn on. And it's just like, hi, you're home, welcome. Now, when it comes to my cabins, I have a sweet spot for the sea terrace. That's where you'll find me on my hammock. If you have a balcony or any kind of terrace on our ship, you will have one of those hammocks waiting for you. It's either going to be a red hammock or a hammock chair. But I mean, as soon as you come over and you see our ship, you can spot those hammocks from a mile away. They really are eye-catching. We also have sea view cabins. That's with a porthole window and a nice little window seat. I stayed in one of those my last sailing. It was so quiet and peaceful. I had my nice little book and I was just watching the waves go by. We also have some insider cabins where you can either stay just you, or of course, if you have friends, we can have a social insider. Those do not have an interior view or balcony, but they are midship, so you have lots of opportunities to just get in, change, and go right back out if that's how you like to set sail. Now, let's just jump into my sea terrace. So of course you see those nice little pictures of water. You can get sparkling or still every day that you're there. I love that your cabin actually has a tablet that controls all of your lighting, your TV, or don't worry, if you're old school and you like a full remote, we've got you covered there. Now I will share with you, since you are looking at this beautiful sea terrace, This bed is really amazing because it's smart. If you want some extra space, you can actually go into that tablet and have it adjusted into a day mode, which would be like an L-shaped couch for any kind of socializing, bringing your friends over. No one has to sit on your bed where you're going to be sleeping, especially if makeup and drinks are happening. Don't worry, we got you covered there, but it's really cozy and nice. And who doesn't love a good nap blanket or just a snuggle blanket right there? I don't know any other cruise line that has that. Of course, they all have that little thing at the edge that you're not quite sure what to do with at the bed. No, we have a nice blanket there waiting for you for either while you're in your cabin or on your hammock. Let's just jump over to, this is why I don't touch controls. Thank you. So, like I mentioned, I love a good sea terrace, but if anybody's going to jump into that suite life, definitely go ahead. I know Lindsay just got back from his suite. I don't know. Are you going to go back to a sea terrace after that, Lindsay, or are you going to stay that suite life?
Once you fly first class, it's hard to go back.
It really is, but let me show you right now what it's like in our suites. This is actually a European king size bed that is a fixed feature. It does stay in that one piece. It's not something that can split, but don't worry. If you have more than two in your cabin, there is another option for an L-shaped couch to turn into extra space for those that are wanting to stay. And right there on the right in that gold area, that's actually an in-suite bar. So if you're in a Rockstar suite, the first round is on us. But if you're in a Mega Rockstar suite, which is our penthouse suites, that first round plus more. So keep it going. We will make sure that you get all your refills going. I have 78 suites total. So that's my Rockstars and my Mega Rockstars. They go throughout the whole ship, but with my Rockstars, there's only 63 of those, and they go up to 848 square foot. But let me show you my absolute favorite, because I am that queen bee. I went too far. That is my Mega Rockstar suites and my two massive suites that are a little over 2,100 square foot. That's bigger than my first apartment. Absolutely stunning when we have our suite life, and you get lots of different amenities that are built in for that as well. Now, of course, with my Rockstar cabins, I want to share with you, I have 4 different types. I have my Brilliant suite, my Seriously suite, my Cheeky corner that's right there in the aft on the corners. And as you go up the ship, the balcony or the terrace gets wider. And of course, my Sweet Aft suite, I've stayed in one of those. It's absolutely amazing right there in the aft as you're coming into that beach club at Bimini as the sun is rising. Beautiful views, amazing luxurious linens, as well as upgraded everything in there. And who doesn't love a nice robe waiting for them? Now, with any of my suites, you do have access to Richard's Rooftop, which is an exclusive area over on our ship that you only can have a black band to get into, because that just shows the crew you are in one of our suites. You're a suite sailor. Now, of course, you have your curated in-room bar right there waiting for you as well. You get early booking priority. So early booking for not only our shore things, but also dining opportunities. Plus you get Rockstar agents on the ship, which is called your Rockstar Roadies. And they're there waiting for you to make sure that you are feeling like that VIP that you are. Now, my Mega Rockstars, remember, these are only on deck 15. These are like the penthouse suites, the creme de la creme. So not only do you get the Richard's Rooftop access, that early booking window, but we've got some little extras in here. You get the premium Wi-Fi. Of course, you have that bottomless in-room bar that I had mentioned. You get a private transfer to and from the ship, which really makes a difference, especially when you're transferring over. I love that you have daily bar tab throughout the ship, as well as if you're at the beach club at Bimini. So drinks on us throughout your whole sailing. The daily spa pass is really nice because you get access to our spa throughout your whole sailing. And not only do you get Rockstar agents on the ship, but you actually get a concierge Rockstar team here shoreside that's making sure you are completely taken care of before you get on the ship into your Rockstar suite. How amazing is that? Now, I want to share with you something fun. Where's all my 80s folks that remembers some Boy George? Anybody? I know we were celebrating that 80s party, but let me share with you some fun, and I want to see you all dancing to this. Here we go.
Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, chameleon. You come and go, you come and go. Loving will be easy because I like my dream. Red, gold, and green. Red, gold, and green.
Oh, yes. Now we're voyaging and now we are boarding, and we cannot wait to have you sail with us.
And now that you guys are all excited about booking your Virgin voyage, I want to go ahead and tell you about some of the great promotions we have going on. First of all, you can save up, we have an airfare credit. You can save up to $1,200 in airfare when you book with your travel advisor. Guys, you only have 2 days left to do this, so make sure you do it by Thursday, May 24th. It's $1,200 if you book Europe, $500 if you book in the Caribbean. You do not have to book your airfare with Virgin Voyages to make this happen. It's just an automatic credit that comes off of your reservation, so you can book airfare any way you want. We do know airfare is kind of one of those things right now that nobody wants to talk about, so we're just going to go ahead and give you that credit right up front to get you started. So, but again, this ends May 24th. As does this one. So for all of you solo sailors out there, I don't know if any of you have ever cruised solo before, but I try to do it once a year. It's one of the most peaceful things I do in my life. It's absolutely amazing. But if you decide to sail Europe for the summer of 2023, you can do that with no solo supplement. So that's right, you can go by yourself. You don't pay that extra money for being in the cabin alone, and our cabins are already so much bigger. It's absolutely amazing. But this promo also ends May 24th, which is just, again, 2 days, guys. Don't let these slip away. You definitely want to make sure that you get there for that. And both of these promotions also include your bar tab. You can get $300 on any sailing 6 nights or less, $600 for any sailing of 7 nights or more, and they've already told you what all that can buy for you. So it definitely is a great start to whatever kind of voyage you want to have. This is going to go too far, I bet. Okay. So because you guys were invited here tonight by your travel advisors, they are going to be able to give you a special present if you book. If you make your voyage with your travel advisor who invited you here by May 31st, we are going to give you some sailor loot, which is onboard credit in Virgin Voyages terms. And if you book an Insider or a Sea View cabin, you get $50. If you book any Sea Terrace, you get $100, and any Rockstar, Mega Rockstar, you get $200 in sailor loot. This is in addition to the bar tab that you're going to get that we just talked about. But wait, there's more. If you decide you want to go to the Med, we're going to double that sailor loot for you. So $100 for any Insider or Sea View cabin, $200 for any Sea Terrace cabin, and $400 in sailor loot for any Rockstar or Mega Rockstar suite. And again, this is our onboard credit, so you can use that for spa, you can use it for excursions, you can use it for additional drinks a lot of people have asked about. Anything that you buy with cash on board, you can use your sailor loot for. But remember, you do have to book with your travel advisor to get these promotions, the one who invited you here today. So let's make sure you get a hold of them by May 31st to be able to get these promotions. And with that, we will just say, again, don't forget to contact your travel advisor by May 31st. Get those bookings deposited, and we will definitely see you again soon.